We are fired up. Welcome, Monday nights at 8 p.m. I know that Jeremiah is in the house, so is Allie and Andrea with you there. Usually. Who else is here? Come on, get in the chat. Let me know. I have to admit, I am a bit hungover because I went with my family to. Oh, look at this! I got my brother here. Here he is, the one and only Chaotic Fire.
What is going on?
Hey, man! Thanks for joining.
Oh,
You got out of work literally 30 seconds ago.
I literally just walked them out of my office and closed the door. Signed in.
I love that. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. I had a wild, fiery weekend. So, because it's my birthday. Let's see. I went to Cathedral Ridge Winery today with my kids, with my neighbors, and my head's hurting.
Oh yeah, wine will do that. Wine will do that. It'll hurt your head.
Yeah. And I the thing is that I had my wine and Kathy's designated driver. So she was just taking one little sip of each wine and I was finishing hers. So basically I had double pours.
See, my wife doesn't drive, so I don't know that feeling. I just only know designated driver.
That's right.
That's all I know.
You don't get to drink much.
I'm the guy that takes a tiny little sip out of hers.
Yeah, if you're ever in town, I really recommend this winery. It's Big Reds, and they're really east of here is where they grow their grapes. So they're not Pinot Noir country. They do tons of other great grapes all along the river. And they have a tasting room in Dundee where all the other wineries are that serve Pinot. So if you want to like take a break from Pinot, they have incredible reds, absolutely fantastic. We loved them, and they opened us up with a Chardonnay, and it was really good. So we had salmon tonight, right when we got back, and I had more wine. So I'm not going to be sharp today.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody noticed. I might have told Jeremiah. But one thing that I did was I did a video yesterday, and instead of like usually I kind of script it out. I don't write every word down, but I kind of know what I'm going to say in these. I just winged it. So it went like twice as long as a normal video because I was just saying what was on my head, stream of consciousness.
That's what I do. I wing it for my Jets videos. They're always like, I try so hard to do a quick 3-minute video, and they're always like 6 to 7 minutes.
And but it was, I thought it was really good. Like I was more me because I wasn't trying to follow a prescribed. Jeremiah says, great video.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It really, I think it was better. I'm going to try doing it from now on like that. So, oh, look at this. Well, double. But of course it was biased. It has to be biased. I'm thinking of creating a Facebook group, fired up Facebook group, but there I am stuttering my words, which I don't do that often. But it's going to be one of the rules. It's not going to have a lot of rules. It's going to allow people to sell their T-shirts. Like if people want to promote fire, that's allowed, and promote themselves and what they do. As far as I like that. I don't know why it's banned on that on the other Facebook group, but someone allow that. But I don't want to see negative things. No negative things.
Like you get to set up your rules of the page, like of the forum, where you have a bunch of rules that
exactly
let them know. Yeah. I mean, I think that there's some very key rules when you're doing something about like a team. Obviously the number one thing in this society today, that way it is today, is the meanness, no cursing, insults, personal insults, but you got no politics. I mean, these are the things that, because every forum gets ruined by it. Every forum just goes right down the tank.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be, but the thing is, I don't want. I know a lot of sites. I mean, I've seen you comment on the Jets, and you say, "Hey, that guy's a bum. Get rid of him." I
Yeah.
don't want to see that. If you don't like a player, don't talk about that player. Talk about the players that you're excited about. I
Yeah.
want positive.
Or and be constructive. You could
It is
say this
it
player
is
looks to
constructive.
work on
Yes,
their she needs to
that's right.
work on her rebounds.
The Fire certainly has people that aren't playing up to where we need them to play, and I think it's okay to say that, just not like get rid of her. I just think
Right.
that kind of
Except,
ruins the whole thing.
it always makes me crazy when someone says the person's a bum or they stink or they're horrible because they're better at that sport. Like than the person
Do
saying
you
it.
ever do that?
Like
Did you ever do that about Zach
I've done it.
Wilson?
I've done it, but then I hear other people and I stop doing it because I realize no matter how much, like you could take the biggest failure in Jets history. Let's say you could argue Zach Wilson. They picked this quarterback, worst failure in their history. If I said he stinks, understand Zach Wilson, you could say as bad as you want to say he is, right?
Yeah,
He is better at playing quarterback than I am at anything I've ever done in my life.
that's
And
right.
there's no
That's right.
question about it.
That's right. And probably at most sports, he's better than
Oh, he
anything.
kicked my butt in
Yeah.
basketball for sure. Like he kicked my butt in almost anything.
Yeah. So I think Allie is right. I mean, that's the one thing people have to watch out for. You don't want to sell things that get you in trouble, but that's your risk. I'm not taking that risk. I don't think I am. Shut my sight down or anything.
You'd have to check.
Yeah, only positive Patricias. Exactly. So Jeremiah is predicting 21 and 23. It's really interesting. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am, because math is the thing I'm good at. If Portland would have won that 4 overtime game against the Mystics,
Oh, I still feel the pain.
they would be 10 and 11 now instead of 9 and 12. You guys can catch me and tell me I'm wrong. And the Mystics would drop one, and we'd be 1 under 500. So would a bunch of other teams, but we would have the best percentage winning because we would have one extra 500 showing, a 1-1 above the others. So we would be in 8th place. One game that we lost in 4 overtimes, we would be sitting there in 4th place right now. I mean, 8th place for the last playoff spot.
It was a great game. It was a great game. I was so disappointed with the results. I was following that. I was almost going to call you and have you broadcast the game to me over the phone, and then I realized that. But but I was worried because I thought that Kathy might be doing that, and I didn't want to interfere with that.
No. I would have been happy to. No, she couldn't watch it. She was just freaked out. Actually, I think I was at our mom's.
I was texting Kathy too, saying, "Can you believe this? This is crazy."
So I don't know how other people feel about it. But I kind of felt like Sarama said it. He said it was the most happy he'd ever been after a loss. And don't get me wrong, I really wanted to win that game. But like Carla did so many amazing things in that game to get us those overtimes, right?
Yes, yeah.
I just felt like I couldn't be upset with her. And she's the one who took the last shot, and it was a good shot. And we were in position because Sarama made a fantastic timeout call to allow a 3.4 second play. And we had a great shot. It just didn't go in, So to me, that happens. And it just made me like the team more for their gutsy.
She took the right. It was the right thing to do. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. It just doesn't always fall. But they wouldn't have been in that position if it wasn't for her. The reason they were still alive in that 4th overtime, like she had already done things that got them there. And yeah, I mean, last second shots is nobody's 100%.
The whole team played. The whole team played with intensity. They were just amazing the way they played. So you can't really fault them. Washington was also playing incredibly intense, right? And what's her name? Faked like her leg was hurt. I think it really was hurt, but she. I'm blanking on her name, but she then laid it up. She on her bum leg. I think their star.
Someone is actually asking, is it too late in the season to make the playoffs?
And well, that's what I was saying. That's why I put it up there, because it's not only one game. One game gone differently, we would be in the 8th spot right now. So if we win 3 in a row, I mean, that's not likely given the teams we're playing. But we could be easily, not easily, every game is hard, but we may very well beat Connecticut on the road, and that would put us maybe a half a game, out of 8th place. So the answer is 3-game winning streak.
I think
we're in the playoffs. We're
I
in
think
playoff contention.
I think the next two games that when I was looking, it looked like the next two games. Obviously, the Connecticut one, we're hoping obviously for a win and almost wanting to expect it. But in this, no wins are easy in this league. They're going to be playing hard. They're at home. But what I noticed was the next two games feel more winnable, and it feels like there's more urgency because the games for the rest of the month after that
It's
are
tough.
really hard. It's a really
Yeah.
tough schedule for the rest of the
So,
month.
and then we have some easy. It comes and goes, right? The hard games, and if we're going to make the playoffs, we have to win the hard games, right? That's kind of
Well, yeah,
that's the deal,
and
right?
unless you're mathematically eliminated or you'd have to win 12 in a
Yes.
row. When you say if you're asking it like in the wording of is there still a chance? Well, hell yeah, there's still a chance.
Well, I would
You
say
know, like, yeah,
right now
yeah,
there's at least a 30% chance,
yeah,
that
it's a
we
real
make it.
chance.
And I really believe in the team, so I'm going to say 50%. We beat New York twice. We beat Indiana. We can beat difficult teams to beat, so we can win some of these games. Jeremiah's been predicting, and he's got us at 21 and 23 as like his prediction number, I believe.
And
Yeah, there it is.
I don't read this as a negative take in any way. I don't know if you do. I don't.
No, it's not a negative take at all. But the thing is,
Yeah,
I think if
right. I just want
we're
to make sure because sometimes people would say, in some situations, people would say this is very negative. You're saying 21 and 23. I think this is very positive. I'd be very happy.
There's like a nine. I think mathematically, there's like a 90% chance that if we're 23 and 21, we're in the playoffs.
So this right away puts you right on the line.
Yeah, we're on the cusp right now, and we are going to be on the cusp. I think, unless we go on a winning streak that's unexpected, or a losing streak. If we do what kind of looks like what's going to happen just based on other teams' records and home games and away games, it's going to be within a game or two that we make the playoffs. And the tempo as well. The tempo is in there with us, the two expansion teams. But there's 7 teams that look a bit stronger. But that 8th spot is just up for grabs at 500 right now.
And I will say I'm just overall already feeling like so far, if you did a timeout and said, where are we right now? I think I'm feeling really good. Like, I think this is really successful. Like they're a real team competing on the cusp of the playoffs, and they're an expansion team. I mean, that's all we played how many games together. How many players in this team are in their first season in the WNBA?
A bunch. I think at least 5.
Yeah, and who are getting real minutes or important.
And let's not forget, I think 2 or 3, it's their second year and they didn't play their first year. Like they didn't play a lot of minutes. So we have like 7 or 8 players that have barely played, and I would say of those, they're starting to really come alive. So we had I don't want to lose this because this is important to me, and that is Sarah Williams. She had a breakout game. Game against the
Born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn,
right there. Born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
I think she was 6 for 6, I believe. I could be corrected. I think 3 free throws, 3 for 3 on the free throw line. So 15 points on missing a shot. And she just looks super strong out there. This is what I said this on my, I released a video last night. That's what sometimes that's all it takes for a player. And some players are great at college, but then they never get that breakout game and they never get off the bench. They never get a chance to really show. And I think Sarah was in there. Like, she wasn't really getting a chance. I mean, she was being put in there, but she wasn't breaking out. And I think with SA Beast at her brother's rehearsal dinner for his wedding, she didn't travel with the team. So Sarah got more minutes than she usually does. It was enough to really get her going. And players were setting her up like they set off. One of the things is they've been really passing to Gutsy Gustafson. And that's gotten them in the mode I think they didn't have in the beginning of the season of passing to the bigs inside. So now they're passing to her, and she's able to also complete. It was exciting.
It's very, very common if we're going to compare it to another, not just in the WNBA, but the NBA and other sports, that a rookie, when you talk about these players that were in another team that got very few minutes, it's very common when you could look at all-star players in almost any sport, and many of them, a percentage of them that weren't high draft picks, started their rookie year in limited roles and evolved and developed over time.
Yeah. Actually, Bridget Carlton, who is our core player for a 3-year contract of 1.1 million, she progressed from bench to 6 to starter. And it took over 6 years. So I guess I'm a blind fan. I don't know. I feel like so many of our players have potential to be an above average starter in the WNBA.
And some will, and some, hopefully as many as possible, will hit that, and some may not. But the fact that you could name many of that have that potential, many different hopes for that, is a great thing.
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me started on Carla. I've been crunching the numbers on her, and no matter how I crunch it, she has numbers of what I would call the top 5 point guards. If you're measuring,
I love her. I'm always, when I text you, I'm always like, I love this player.
If you're measuring assists and points, like the combined total, like involved with the plays, involved with the points the team is scoring, she's up there again. I think top 5, but I guarantee top 7. And the fact that she really played last year and she's 22 years old, it's like we had this incredible rookie, but no one looks at her as a rookie because that was last year and she didn't play. And she's here on an expansion team. She wasn't drafted high here, so no one's paying attention. I shouldn't say nobody. We are all paying attention.
In baseball, she'd be considered a rookie this year because they do it differently, right? They do it by at-bats and an opportunity. But it doesn't matter. You said the magic words. She's super young. She's getting better every game, every week. We're watching her evolve as a player.
It's amazing.
And she has so much more to go to get better because she's only 22. What is she going to be like at 24, 25 years old? This is going to be a great play.
She's already taken the ball super hard to the hoop. She gets fouled almost every play. They only call about a third of them. And she finishes a lot of them. And she's now starting to hit from the 3-point line when they don't cover her. She is that triple threat. I mean, she really is that triple threat where you can shoot from the outside if they don't guard you. You can break to the inside and they can't stop you. And if somebody's open, you dish it to them and they 3 it. I mean, she is that point guard.
Yeah. She's definitely one of the bright spots of this season, for sure. She's one of the players I'm really excited about for the future.
Yeah, so I hope this logo thing is true. I'm just getting back to the chat. I really hope this logo thing is true. And I think this is Bridget. You'll have to tell me if I'm wrong. And I love your stuff. We just keep forgetting to buy it, but we want to. Actually, a buddy of mine who lives in San Diego just sent me a Fire shirt, and it looked illegal to me. Like I've never seen it anywhere else. So I'll be sporting that.
I see on your jersey it says Chime. Aren't those the guys that get you like free food at halftime or something?
And before the game. But they're getting really chintzy. They're getting really chintzy. This last time there was zero like vegan-y stuff. They said, well, they put bacon in the potato salad, so Kathy couldn't have that. And they said we had rice and beans for you. And rice and beans. That was the dish. People that don't eat meat. No chicken, like a chili chicken. No.
It's a side dish.
But Creative Fish Studio PDX, fantastic merch if it's who I think it is. 10 and 13. What did I say? 9 and 12. So we'd be 11 and 12, which is one game under 500, and we'd be in 8th place.
I want to see them get to 12 and 13, win these next 2 games, and then try to steal one of these games at the end of the month. I mean, hopefully, obviously, I want to win every one of them, but being like knowing that it's so tough and like we're playing the hardest, toughest teams in the league, like just still find a way to scrape off a win. Look, we beat Indiana last time we played them, right?
I think well, at home they beat us on the road, but I do think that we are better than our record. It's a weird thing to say about an expansion team, we've been losing a lot lately. So it's an odd thing for me to say, and I know people probably disagree with me, but I think we're way better than we were in the beginning of the season, even though we were winning a little bit more then. I just think we still haven't found the magic to leverage our talents, but we are finding it every game. It seems like every couple of games, not gonna say every game, it seems like we're stepping up a little bit. The last 3 games, we've rebounded really well. Like we out rebounded the teams we played twice in a row, and then we were out rebounded in this last game against the Dream, but we won, and we were close in rebounds. I think the last thing is the turnovers. I think if we stop doing blind dishes where nobody is, where we think they're going to be, and no one goes there, if we can get rid of that, I do think we can go on a run. I think we're better than 500. I think we're a little over 500 is where we could be.
Yeah. I mean, when I think about it is, I look at the potential of the team, right? And they're developing. This is totally normal for a team. So normal for a team. Like we were saying before, 7 players that are in their first or second year where they barely got to play. Most of these girls have very little experience actually playing and being starters. They're learning and they're growing as a team for the first time. They've only played 23 games together. I'm looking for, and I think that could be what makes them a playoff game, simply by being consistent, more consistency.
Yeah. Oh, with turnovers.
It happens.
Turnovers.
Well, turnovers is part of it, right? Getting in sync, knowing where people are going to be, learning the system, better feel for their teammates. These are all things that come with time.
I agree with you 100%. I only called out turnovers there because the other things are starting to click. They're starting to hit BC in good places. They're feeding the bigs inside really well now. They're setting picks and doing pick and rolls well. Like all these things weren't even there the first 5 games. Like none of them were there. It was just like a scramble, and they're just picking up things. And I think offensively, if they didn't throw the ball away, I just think we'd be doing really well. Hey, I know that Jeremiah answered this a little bit, but Jeremy and I, we live this. We've seen the Mets come back with 10 games left, 5 games out, win 9 out of 10, and take the playoff spot, and then in the playoffs win and go all the way to the semifinals. Like we've witnessed that 3 years ago, right?
My rule is I never stop believing it could happen until mathematically eliminated.
And what mathematically eliminated means is if the team in the 8th spot, and there's more nuance in this, but the general, if the team in the 8th spot is 3 games above you, they've won 3 more than you and lost 3 less, but there are 4 games left to play, or 3, theoretically you could win all 3, they could lose all 3, and you could end up tied with them, and maybe you beat them head to head, so you win the tiebreaker. But the point is that it keeps going until, for each team, until they no longer, if they won every game and the teams they're trying to catch lost every game, until then you're still in it. And right now it's not even close. Like we just have to finish in these last, I'm going to get it wrong, 23-19 games. I'm probably wrong. Jeremiah, help me figure this out. This last thing, if we go 11 and 8, I think we'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, so. And I think that this story has to come in right now. Like, there's no way not to tell the story.
Yeah, I know the story.
It's so appropriate for the moment. I just want to say how much Lee will stay and keep the faith for his team. If you want to know what kind of fan you're talking about, when we were kids, we were Met fans. Okay, this was about 1982, 1981ish. Okay. It had been years since the Mets ever had a winning record. They were the worst team in baseball. We were in the bottom floor of our house in Brooklyn, and it was like the 12th inning of a game. And the Mets, there was a play at the plate, and the other team's catcher dropped the ball, and our catcher, who slid in, scored the winning run. And it's like 1:30 a.m. in the morning because the game was extra innings, and Lee screaming at the top.
Oh, no, the game was on the West Coast, right? You said
West
yeah,
Coast.
yeah.
Lee screaming at the top of his lungs. He dropped the ball. He dropped. Right, we won. He's jumping up and down and
I was
screaming.
very excited.
He looks at me. I'm hiding under the table, and the reason I'm hiding under the table is because I know that my father's about to come down and kill us. And we hear a boom, 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 boom. He comes down, just looks at Lee, and Lee says, "But Dad, now we're only 29 games out of first place."
There was still like 40 games left in the season. It was still possible up until not the last game of the year, up until we're mathematically eliminated. Only then do I stop hoping. and what's awesome is when I was young and with the Mets, to me, it was all about, could we win the division and make the playoffs, right? But with the Fire, win or lose, I have a great time. I just did this video where I talked about just being with the community, being with all the people in Section 122, being with all the fans in the stadium, like doing the chants, doing everything we do. That was fantastic. Like, win or lose, it's fantastic. It's just that winning is more fun.
It's more fun to win.
And if we made the playoffs, it used to be that they played the first 2 games at the higher team in the brackets location. So if you were the lower team, you wouldn't get to play, even though you made the playoffs, at your home court. If the team with a better record won both, but now they do 1-1-1 in the first round. So if we're in 8th place, game 2 is at the Moda Center and Section 122, baby. We are all there. We're already crazy. Imagine it's a playoff game.
The thing is, we can never be sure of what record it's going to take to make the playoffs. So we just have to see how those other teams that are battling for that 8th spot do. Yeah.
And this is this year. And as Jeremiah is saying here, Golden State barely made it in last year. And then they didn't win the series, but I think they won a game. They won a game in the playoffs. Please correct me. And if I'm wrong. And I think that's what we want to be. Like, if we can make the playoffs, even if we don't win a game, just making the playoffs in our first year be the second time in modern WNBA history it happened, since Golden State was the first in recent history. And then, next year we could build on that, right? We can build on that. Every player is going to be better. Every player we have, except maybe Carly Samuelson. I won't talk about that.
Plus, you're going to add. Plus, you're going to add on. It's funny that I just see Golden State because I just yesterday was within 100 yards of their arena where they play. So that's interesting. I was just there. So.
All right, let's see what do we have here. I'm here. I can't see any games. I wish I could. I think so. What's really interesting, the team dynamics is really interesting because if you look at so much of what's going on in the WNBA right now, there is so much fighting, teams fighting within each other, teams fighting with other teams. There's so much animosity. It's sad, that it can't be just about playing the sport as well as you can. There's so much talk going on. It's so negative. And it's just amazing to me that Coach Alex has been able to keep it so positive. It just seems so positive. I think the only person they give kind of little eye rolls to is maybe Geisel, who just Louisa has not been playing well. And I have noticed there's some looks her way, but it seems like everybody else, there's just nothing but positivity. And everybody seems to be wanting everybody else to do great.
I think it's important for the league. Across teams, rivalries, tension, things like that, part of competitive sports. Within your own locker rooms, though, for the sake of the sport, there has to be more of this. There has to be the teams have to, you don't want that going on in your sport where teams are falling apart as a common thing. Their locker rooms, it's not good for any sport. So, I hope they eliminate that, and coaches do as well as the coach for the Fire is doing, and keeping peace in their locker room, because that's just you never want to read about that.
It hurts me so much to read it. It really does. That whole shoe thing that happened. Oh my God. But it is an advantage for us this year. Like if we make a late season run and we're positive and other teams are having problems, it could be what sets us apart. It could be
Yeah.
why we break in to the playoffs. So okay, so Kathy and I have to order shirts. The thing is, we're about to leave. We're about to pretty soon. We're going to miss the Fever game. We're going to be going to London, Edinburgh. I'm running a 5K the day I land. Okay, the day I land. Running a 5K in London.
People are going to talk funny. They're going to talk
Huh?
funny. The people
What?
are going to talk. The people
I
are going to
know.
be talking very funny when you get there.
They don't call it funny. They think I'll be talking funny.
It's true.
I just hope I don't get another pulmonary embolism. running.
Stretch on the plane, walk on the plane.
Yeah. I asked AI, and AI told me, okay, that running won't give me a pulmonary embolism. It'll help it. So I should definitely do the run,
absolutely.
but that I should make sure that I walk around on the plane and hydrate and wear compression socks.
I used to look at people and think they were weird. They're on the plane in front of me, they're doing weird stretches and movements. And I'm like, you weirdo. And now I'm realizing they're not weird. They're kind of like my dad when he wore those big earmuffs. Smart.
I'm just trying to live.
I'm trying to live.
The doctors say if it happens again, I'll be dead or I'll be on blood thinners the rest of my life. So I definitely don't want either one of those.
I think you should. I think you should. I think that if it was, like everybody on the plane can point and say, "What's wrong with that guy?" It's like, and that's worth it to live.
Anyway, I'll be doing a bunch of improv, 3 musicals, 4 short forms in Edinburgh. We'll be missing. It's our only games we're missing the entire season, but 5 games. It's really bad dates, but those are the only dates we could do it. So
Lee is such a good improviser. I don't know if anybody watching has gotten to see him in this role. He can make a spoon a character and have you believe the spoon is alive. He's that good.
Actually, we're way behind on comments. We're about 20 minutes behind on comments, but Allie and Andrea were at my improv show. Just 2 of us, me and Samson. I had a guitar. Samson had a mandolin. Songs and scenes out of nothing, out of one suggestion. I think it was unemployed coworker and employed coworker. And I think it rocked. It was a good show. It was a really good show. Yeah. So yeah, we've talked about improv. Okay, we know this.
We're improvising right now.
12-9 to be at 500. We are improvising right now. Yeah. 12-9. I think we're probably in the playoffs, but 13-8, we're in the playoffs. So
yeah, 13-8. Very possible.
It's funny because for me, part of a great thing about sports is you don't know what's going to happen. But for Kathy, if it's too stressful, she stops watching. She wants to know what happens.
I've done that. Sometimes it's easier to follow on my phone than actually watch. Sometimes I get that stressed.
Hey, I posted something talking about exceed expectations. I posted something. I tried to get you to bet for me. You were going to place a bet for me with your friend. We couldn't do it in time, but like the odds were so great against us making the playoffs, and I'm like, it was ESPN had us on 1,000 to 1. I still have that picture, like 1,000 to 1 to make the playoffs, and I'm like, I will put down $10 to make $10,000. I mean, like, there's a chance we're gonna make. They had us dead last. They had us with like 9 wins. We already hit those wins.
If it was, I don't think, because sometimes those betting sites don't actually honor that what you might see on the news. But if it was 1,000 to 1, I told you, if that's true, if it was technically 1,000 to 1 in that moment, I would have put 50.
Yeah. So, but when
we looked, come on.
When we looked, it was 15 to 1. But that's kind of crazy because half the teams, more than half, but these are playoffs, and that 8th spot. I'm just saying, after Golden State did it, I don't understand. And they had the tempo was like 4 to 1, so they thought they were so much better than us because they went and got a couple of stars.
They didn't understand, right? They didn't look at it. They looked at it from stars versus what the strategy of the Portland Fire.
Yeah, it made no sense that our players. First of all, they may never have the numbers to be all-star players because they pass the ball to each other too much. They all pass to each other. I don't know if you watched this game against the Dream, but Emily Ensler was hitting gutsy inside, like she was some kind of point guard, you know. Like if she would go for the three. If they would step out, she'd go past them. If she couldn't go past them, she'd hit gutsy inside. She's starting to act like a point guard. You can't beat a team when BC's already doing that. I mean, has always done that. So hard to beat a team if they're passing, you know.
Yeah, Jeremiah's on the same exact page as me. Like, and I'm not trying to be. I'm not writing off the hope for the playoffs. I have hope for the playoffs. I'm not giving up. I'm dreaming of the playoffs, but I'm also making it really clear. Like maybe I'm trying to convince myself because I want to remind myself not to get too disappointed, no matter what, or upset, because I really think this season is what they've done already. Like they're doing a great job. Like I'm really excited. I didn't think it was going to be this good. Like this is a surprise already. It's much better than I thought was going to happen because I have most of my experience with expansion teams have not been positive ones. Like usually they're the joke of the league, you know. So this has been great.
So Allie, I think upping your outfit game, and if anybody can do it, you can. Wesley has some pretty good outfits. You know, he really does it. He dresses up pretty great. He has that rose suit. That's just awesome. I'm excited to see what you have. I really am. You don't have to save it for the playoffs. Oh yeah, only Fire fans wear black merch. I'm not going to get to see it or participate. I feel sad. I have
But you're going to be in a great place.
I am going to be in a great place. I'm going to be in London. I have a black jersey, but it's Shug Sutton, who we cut. She's the first casualty of the you do not Sarama style, so you can't be on the team.
Are you going to eat? Are you going to go back to that fish and chips place that you loved for fish and chips?
No, in London, no. Yeah. Because it was too oily for Kathy. She got sick from it. It was really oily. It was super delicious fish. But it had, when I say super delicious, it had a crunchy crust and the fish was moist and thick. It was really good. But it had like no flavor. It's like a London thing.
London doesn't like flavor. They don't like flavor.
That's why they talk about fish and chips and vinegar. Because if you don't put vinegar on it and salt, it really has nothing. They don't put anything on it.
That's how when I was in England, the greatest thing I found was just Indian food, just the curry.
Yeah, the Indian food is really good, but it's Kathy. It's just, she says mild as you can make it, and it's still too spicy for her. So,
what does Kathy do?
It's a hard time.
When she said what?
Chicken meat pies. Yeah. I think we got anybody that wasn't. You know, it's interesting because like we didn't get any stars, but the stars that were available, like I really wanted Cloud, you know, but they are players that get attention from the press, like they make noise, and I don't always think that's bad, but I understand the desire to only have players that get along. You know, that aren't looking for me, that really are, you know, there's no IN team. But there is me, so I don't understand that expression.
I mean, there's people can argue outliers anytime they want, but I think if I said one thing that I believe more than anything, like could make any factual statement or strong opinion that I believe is factual, is that you are much like a team that is gelled, chemistry, loves each other, respects each other, have tight relationship, believe in each other, are absolutely better than teams that don't. It's so important. Every championship team, there's so much of a story behind the story of them on the playing field or the court. There's so much to these stories of these teams, like the Knicks, who just won a championship. There's so much more than just what you saw on the court.
They went through a big losing streak, and they had to come out of that.
And they love each other. Like the players, they're best friends. They love each other. I mean, it's so important. So I love this coach because of that. Because there's so many teams that are not doing this.
You mean Sarama here, right? Sarama.
Yeah.
I think he's 30 years old or something. Jeremiah, 30. Am I right? and he is
Jeremiah.
he's so much
Now,
above his
Jeremiah,
age.
wait a second. Shouldn't Jeremiah have this channel?
I've invited him. I've invited him 20 times. Same for Allie. Same for Allie and Andrea. I've invited them every time I see him come on the show. Emily Engster double, and now she's double E because she has doubles, double E. I just think she has this incredible. She reminds me of Hart, Josh Hart on the Knicks. She always has blocks, steals, assists, rebounds, points. She has some bad games, but she rarely has games where she shoots well under 50%. Like she shoots only a few shots, usually hits 50% of them, gets assists, like good assists, real assists, gets a lot of rebounds, steals the ball. I love that kind of play. So, Josh Hart's name is Hart. Engstler doesn't really mean heart, but she has so much heart. I do love her. I think that she is so intense and she blames herself. So that attitude is attitude against herself, not against others. Maybe refs. Oh yeah, refs. I think that's the next thing. I remember this too. When she was going off at the refs. I think it was the refs. And our very incredible, I want to say old time, original OG player, talk some sense into her. And I think it's fantastic that we have Sil on the coaching staff that's been around and can talk about what it's really like. All right, what do we got? Oh, people aren't going to be my friends if when I sell those 5 tickets, non-fans.
It's going to
be
hard.
Happen. I can't help that.
It's going to be hard to guarantee anything against Indiana because there's so many scattered Indiana fans around the country.
So the 5 games I'm missing, I've sold 4 pairs. I've sold all the pairs except Indiana. And Indiana, I'm trying to get a little bit more money for. Frankly, I'm trying to double we have a good price. I'm just trying to get, and so far they haven't sold, but maybe I'm at triple. But so far they haven't sold. So I keep lowering the price, $10 every day or two. Yeah, so that's what I have left to sell. You got to support my improv anyway, man. I know you're kidding. Yeah, I love Emily. Maybe I'm wrong too. I just, she's from the Queens. She's from Queens, and she has Queens attitude, and that's great because she's on our team. It's not as great as she's on the other team. She's a strong lady, very strong lady. He's so good at improv. How do you know Jeremy does improv? Thank you.
I think she's talking about you.
I know I had a really good show. She saw a really good show. It's not always like that.
It's great when that happens.
Yeah.
It's great. But I think that you're being really modest. I think that even when you have what you wouldn't call a great show, that you're pretty good at improv.
I'm loving it more than ever. What can I say? I really do love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that we're not competing. We were not competing, but the other 2 acts have people. Both of them are made up of people that travel the U.S. and internationally and teach and get paid to do improv. So my wife, who does not just say nice things to me for the heck of it, she's very honest with me, which is good, said that she also thought that we were hands down the best act. And to say that over those 2 kind of famous teams, they were playing not with their normal people, like they were mixing it up, but still.
I think it all comes down to our training on that ship in Alaska when we're outside.
So Jeremy, I'll tell you our form in private. I don't want to waste our time, but we do music as well as scene. Nice. And the scene we have no gimmick. We have no gimmick.
I love it.
We do a 2-person scene over time.
I love it. The most richest form, the most richest organic form of improv.
But hard, right? You have nothing to automatically get last. Like the other teams switch character places. Like they swap their characters, so they get a giggle every time, or that's right. So we
I've
don't, we
but
don't have
I've
anything like that.
I know the thing is to get laughs, but I've seen that kind of improv where it didn't get laughs, but it was the most popular scene because maybe it went in a direction that didn't end up being funny, but it's amazing. Like people saying, "How is that not written? How is that not a script?" That was a real scene. It was a moment. There was
Yeah.
growth in the characters. So I
We
mean,
had
it doesn't. Sometimes it's not funny, but it comes out. It's an amazing, entertaining piece of work.
yeah, I do not want to talk about it because that's not
Okay,
what this is about. But we kept setting each other, like throwing things out there, having no idea where they were going to go.
Mhm.
Like I threw out a kangaroo. Where's that going to go? He threw out a sandwich. I ate a sandwich. Where's that going to go? We had no idea. And at the end, everything mattered that we had set up. Like just mind blowing that we caught every little nuance that we had set
You
up
brought
out
all the
there
little. Yeah, you
and
brought
used
back
them.
all the bases. I love it.
Used all the things that we had just like in the moment, just throughout. It was good.
It's awesome.
I know, Jeremiah. You don't have to see other shows I'm in, but I am going to be. If anybody's interested, I'm going to be doing short form on Friday night, which is can't miss improv. Like even when it's bad, it is funny. Like the audience doesn't know it's bad. The audience laughs their head off, and I have a good time with it. So if you come, you will laugh, guaranteed. Guaranteed, you'll have 12 super hard laughs. So there you go.
Good stuff.
All right. We already talked about her. I'm not talking about her again, but I don't know why. I really like her so much.
You're behind. Go faster.
Okay. The weird thing is, Meg's amazing. I can't really say enough about our 5 starters. Every one of them, like I really like them. I really want them to do well. It's not like most teams. You have a couple of people you say those are the people that are the team. Here, there's so many more, and I'll say on top of the starting 5. I don't know. I think Oblak is a really good backup point guard. She's getting a lot of assists. She has a good shooting percentage. Once she throws the ball away too many times, if she got rid of that, she could be a starting point guard. I mean, she's good out there. She directs the team well. Off the bench, Sarah Williams. I think really she's going to be a big in this league. Like she's going to be a big any team would like to have starting for them. As she gets bigger and more experienced. I love it when she comes in the game now. I mean, she's starting to really get me excited. And then we have Poch. I'm a little bit less excited about Poch. Who was I going to say? Who else am I excited about? Where is it? Where is this guy? They're typing it in already. I don't know. I don't see it. There's one other player that I love. Oh, yeah, Booner. Booner starting to really hit. And like people say she's slow. And what I say is, she is slow, just, she's very deliberate.
Methodical.
But when she sees a space to hit, she flies. Like she has great speed or great quickness, whatever it is. She just isn't constantly moving like that. Like BC is running all over the place constantly.
She's a thinker.
Right? Barker is constantly running all over the place, late, constantly. Yeah, but she's bursting. When she needs, but like Gutsy Gustafson has come alive. Like there's no stopping her now. She is now a big. She is real big, and she has that magic thing where you have to come out and guard her. They're big, has to come somebody that could block her. If they can't block the 3, she's going to take it and she's going to hit 40%, just like she's a shooting point guard. She's going to hit the 3s when she's open. So you have to have someone come out that could block it. And then the inside is open for Lade to drive, for Oblak to drive, for Barker to drive, for BC. It's exciting. What's going on is starting to be really exciting. 20 plus, is that 20 plus wins? I guess that's what that means.
Let's pretend it is.
We got to do it. Well, it's like maybe every player is 20 plus years old. except our top draft choice. I think she's 19. Maybe she's just turned 20. So 20 plus. What's her name? Iana?
He said 20 plus times asking him to host.
Oh, 20 plus. There you go. You're ahead in the chat than I am. Who said anything bad about Meg? Who said anything bad about Meg?
No, I was talking about to the other one there in the chat. Let the chat talk to the chat.
Yeah, Jeremiah. Doubts early. Well, early on, they were starting Louisa, not Meg, early on. And when Meg came in, she was getting a lot. I remember her getting a lot of fouls, and I'm not saying it was Meg's fault, but they weren't using her as a big on offense. It wasn't in this new thing where where Blake started pick and rolling with her, and then it seems like Double E and BC are like, oh yeah, we could pass to you also. And if Boona was in there, she'd be passing to her. Like we have passers. Barker would be passing to her and is passing to her. Oh, that was an interesting thing. There was some discussion on Reddit today or yesterday, and I agree, where someone said something that I had said earlier in the season when Barker got promoted to be a starter, S.A. Beast. I said, hey, 100% earned it, 100% deserves it. But does she do as much for the team? Because we didn't really have somebody coming in that was like this incredible burst of energy. And yeah, Oblak comes in and it's good. Sarah comes in and it's definitely good. Boona comes in, it's good. But when Barker came in, it was like she's a beast. She's a beast. And so now we don't have that. When we take people out, we don't have like someone coming in that just rocks the world. And again, not saying she doesn't deserve to be a starter. I'm saying, where is she best? And that was one of the topics on Reddit today. But what do people think? I say deserves it, but maybe better to come off the bench. Give her a lot of minutes, but let her come in when the team needs some boom.
Sometimes it's like you have to let go of the idea that you have to start to be considered the best player. It lowers your status. No, sometimes it's just that's the role that you're at your best and you help the team the most.
And it's not that she doesn't deserve to start.
Right. It's just right. It could be that she deserves to start, but she's better when she comes off the bench, even if it's 5 minutes into the game.
Jeremiah, we won that game. Those Dallas fans were crying by the end. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to sell the tickets. Unfortunately, okay, maybe they're not going to be Fire fans, but then they're going to cry being surrounded by you, Bridget, the girls. Come on.
This was in the other improvers.
The other improvisers. It is harder to follow, and yeah.
Well, that means that they needed to be more distinct about the body language and the voice and the characters.
Yeah, so when I threw the incident with the kangaroo, I said, no, I had never told anybody about the incident with the kangaroo. Like, we didn't have anything. We don't know what it is. And later on, I said, you let it out or something. Like I had to justify it. I couldn't leave the audience hanging. But he started like, it was good.
Did you ever do an old man character?
I didn't. I do less characters now, unless it's important to do the character.
I can do an old man as good as you can.
I was eating potato pancakes before you were 3.
I remember in 2026 when the Fire first came back and made the 8th spot and won the game at home in the playoffs. And then they upset Minnesota at home and they made the second round. That's right. I was there.
And the people were eating hot dogs. They only cost a nickel.
They only cost $8. Now they're $240.
Booner. Oh yeah, he was answering my not knowing, but I already figured it out before I got there. Nards is too loosey-goosey. I do. I get nervous every time she has the ball. But I still love her on defense. I mean, she does get in the way still, I think. She's the most... No, on defense, she's the most... Why are you laughing?
Because I'm imagining if she watched the show and got to call her parents and say, hey, that guy Lee, he was talking about my game. Yeah, he noticed that I get in the way. I get in the way. I play defense.
Everybody knows she gets in the way. She is willing to risk like going around a player to knock the ball before it gets there, sticking her hand
Yeah.
between. She knocks the ball out.
Disrupt.
So much. Like, what's that guy? Alvarado on the Knicks?
Alvarez. Yeah, he's disruptor.
Alvarez, he's disruptor. She's a disruptor.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, he also, when he gets 8 minutes in the game, he scores 8 points. He has 3 steals in his 8 minutes.
Yeah.
He has 2 assists and he scores 3 buckets when he's in the game. So that's what Potch has to do. She has to be able to really make a full difference when she's in. I don't know if she's going to get there. She's like 22 also, you know?
Right.
You know, one thing that I'm not going to start talking about there. Oh, Iana Martin. I got Iana. I just couldn't remember the Martin. One thing that is going to be interesting. I'm excited to talk about this. Actually, I want to do a whole show on it. Actually, and that this is really worth a show. Maybe it's too early. We're only going to get to put a hold probably on 6 players. It was 6 players when Golden State, the expansion team, came in. Golden State Valkyries. Because we had 2, they had teams only allowed to hold 5. And so many were free agents that it didn't almost matter because you still have to negotiate with them and maybe not sign them. This year, people are under contract, so it's a whole different game. I think they're going to go back to 6. I think we'll be able to put a hold on 6. Who do we put a hold on? That's a big question. Like, okay, you want to hear controversy? Maybe we like, do we put a hold on Potts? She's young, a rookie. She has a lot of potential. I don't know. I don't think so because I don't want to, I think we'd have to lose somebody else. But do we put a hold on Iana Martin? We drafted her with our top draft pick, like a stash and dash, shash and trash, shash. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's when they don't play for you when you draft them. You don't have to pay them, and the contract starts a year later when they actually come. It's draft and stash, maybe. So it's like we have to put a hold on her. We draft her with our top draft pick. So she's going to get one of the 6 slots, and she hasn't even played for us. And I'm thinking that we don't put a hold on BC. Oh my God. Are you all going to yell at me? Because she's cored. She's getting paid $1.1 million a year. And I don't think she has shown herself to be $1.1 million. So I'm thinking I want to keep her. I don't think anybody will take her.
No one's going to take that contract.
I don't think they are. So I don't think we should put a hold on her.
Right.
There's too many other players that I just don't want to lose. I think they'll definitely be taken. And each team can lose 2 people. I don't want them to take our potential real great players that are underpaid.
It's risky, but it makes sense. And then the worst case scenario is if they do, it frees up $1.1 million.
Right. I want to keep her.
No, you do want to keep her, but I'm saying it's the I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's like if the worst
that's
case
a nice consolation prize.
Right.
If the worst case, players.
Right. Like if it backfires, it doesn't completely backfire.
That's why I don't think they're going to put a hold on her. Okay, we're running out of time. I'm going to go a little bit late because I'm really enjoying this. We have a few people, but it's really fun for me at least. Yeah, she 20 years old, most valuable player of the 2023 FIBA under 19. But here's the deal. There are only 5 other people that have won that MVP because it's every other year they do it. 5 other people. Brenda Stewart. Asia Wilson. Caitlin Clark. Paige Beckers. That's 4 of the 5 that have won it before Iana. The other one is a Russian center that busted up her knee. So we never will know what she would have been. She went back to Russia when that happened. She came back, but she didn't really play. So 4 out of the 5, 1 got injured. The other 4, all I would say we consider superstars. Iana was the 6th to win. So we cannot not put a hold on her. Okay, back to improv super fast. I'm trying to get through these super fast. We can get out of here. All right. We practice once every 2 weeks. He comes over to the house. And we play guitar and mandolin together. And we make up songs while we play. That is, we do not practice the improv part because we both are on other improv teams and we do a lot of improv, and we both have the same philosophy about improv. And so we don't, yeah. And so we know we can do improv together. We never practice it. We just practice playing. That's something that I'm really bad at. I know you don't think I am, but I was making a lot of mistakes. He covers for me because he is a music major, so he really can play the mandolin. I am making believe I can play the guitar well, but I still make a lot of mistakes. So that we practice making up songs while we play and memorizing choruses, which, you know, was so funny that we kept switching what word we said, and we never lined up until the last time we said the word. Every time we did the chorus, the rhyming word changed, Jeremy. I would change to his, he would change to mine every time we did the chorus. Ended up being very funny. We don't get upset.
She's asking how much to hire you, and how much like to hire you for a show.
That doesn't, I don't understand. Oh, just like
Allison is saying she wants you to hire you to put on a show.
Oh,
maybe she has company and guests, and she wants to. I provided entertainment, and you come in. How much is that?
Well, for me, it would be free, but Samson would probably like to get paid something. He would probably take $20.
Yeah.
It's something we love to do, right? It's something we love to do.
Yeah, especially if there's food being provided.
Yeah, Comedy Sports pays 30. I'm probably not supposed to say. They pay something per show to all their improvisers. And Funhouse, when I do Funhouse, no salary, but they ask for tips for the performers. We say if you got more show than you thought you paid for, please tip, and that goes to the performers, and it does. We count it at the end of the show. We divide it up evenly, and so once we made 60 each, once we made $1 each. So you never know if people are going to tip or not. It's nice because you feel like people are appreciating it. The Funhouse, you haven't seen me at the Funhouse. We just did Clue, and it just ended the run. We're going to be doing a musical Western a dystopian Western musical in the future. We've never done it. We don't know what it's about. We haven't even talked about it except to say that sentence. So that's going to be super fun. I'm supposed to make dystopian costumes. So my daughter's going to help me with that. So I won't be able to do that many of that show because I'm going to be traveling a lot. But I'll do it a few times for sure. They'll let me play a few times. But Oblak is a rookie. Doesn't Oblak want to get paid? She's 35. So she has a few years. Doesn't she want to make the money? She's going to go somewhere. I don't think we're going to block. I don't think we're going to put a block on Oblak. A black on Oblak. I don't think we're going to, even though I think she's well underpaid for what she's bringing the team. Coach is amazing on defense. So disrupts. Yeah, I agree completely. Jeremiah and I almost always agree on what we think about these players. I agree. That's a good insight, though, that now other teams are aware more. Oh, my God, there's more comments. I thought I had caught up. Yes, she's only 22. She's only 22. Yeah, every year we're going to lose one player, but they may allow 2 players per team. Didn't they allowed 2 players in this last time? I think we got 2, maybe from LA or from Golden State. I think they allowed 2.
It's tough in a crowing league. You're going to see turnover.
Yeah, and we don't want to lose. They're not going to take the players they don't want to lose. They're going to take the players.
Right. Hopefully you keep the core together as long as possible.
Well, we will. We're going to put a hold on them. We're going to get to BC. I don't think we have to protect. And then I think we're going to be able to, protect the rest of the team and keep everything, but not the bench. The bench, I'm really nervous about it. Although one thing we can do is we can trade a draft pick like Chicago did to have people not touch our players. That was an interesting thing. Hey, if you're willing to take a draft pick, we'll move you up in up in the second round by 5 picks, 8 picks. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then Chicago did it with us, and we took it. They don't release the name, so you don't know. unless it happens, the unthinkable happens. Yes, I asked Kathy if we could come. We really do want to go, but we can't. So we invited a good friend over to the house for dinner right after the game. So we can't do it. Otherwise, we would do it. We were up for it. But we can't. So that's that. Also, since you're the only ones on the call now, we just lost a couple of people. So now it's just Jeremiah and Allie, I think. If you're both on the call, you should come to our house for dinner. I'll make you a salmon. I make a mean salmon. Maybe watch a game here or just hang out. Let me know if you're into it. Okay. That includes Andrea and it includes Max. It's not just you two. Well, there it is. Martine Clark book. That's the Russian I was talking about. I got them all right. We would love to. I don't know if we still. All right. I got 2 yeses. We just have to find a time, and we're going to do this. Jeremy, you're invited too. You just have to come from Sacramento.
Yeah. Not too long of a trip. And I'm allergic to fish. So.
All right. Hey, this has been really fun. Not as many people as we had a couple of weeks ago, but the quality of the people were A1, fantastic. And I know that we are all fired up.
Fire.